Okay, what are we talking about?
Uh,
World
what
War
is it?
One?
Yeah, World War One. Civil War between World
Marvel
War
World War
One.
One.
Yep.
um, all right. Worst movie I've ever seen.
Nice. What'd you score?
My score, I'm sticking by 7.5.
Nice. Going with 82.
Um, Now I want to stipulate this. Movie was good looking movie. Fight choreography, um, was great. All the fixins, like the aesthetics, the looks of the characters, costumes especially were amazing.
Yeah.
But for me, it was honestly just the plot. It was just a plot that I didn't like.
Yeah, it's pretty
Um,
simple.
it was simple. I didn't feel like it was resolved at the end, and
Yeah.
to me, it was just kind of. It was just one of those things where, um, you realize that okay, a movie can't always be a movie adaptation of a comic book will not always be true to the comic book because it's hard to do that.
Hmm.
But um, but you just kind of see things where it's like, well, maybe if I would have done it, I would have done it differently. And everyone's doing that with the movie. So I'll start with the bad points for me. Um, in in the comic book run of Civil War, um, obviously it wasn't the best comic book run, but there was a real like reason they were really fighting it out. Why there was Iron Man versus Captain America. In this movie, I didn't feel like the threat or the rivalry was real enough for me. It wasn't
Hmm.
like it wasn't substantial enough. It was like, yeah, I disagree with you over this legislature, but we're still gonna like talk to each other during it and stuff.
Yeah.
Like in the comics, they were like really enemies. They became enemies.
It
And in
almost
the
felt
movie,
a
I didn't
bit
feel
like
like
what?
felt like what? No, go for it.
Said it felt like a filler movie.
Yeah, it was like there's no real consequences to the movie, right?
Yeah.
Nothing happens as a result of, It doesn't feel like that's. But but okay, and that was honestly the big one. It's just how like kind of lackluster the concept. Oh gosh, sorry, I'm playing a game right
There it is.
now.
That's exactly what I'm talking
um,
about.
Shut up, jerk. Um,
Shit.
no, so um, yeah, so the lackluster plot as far as we're fighting, but at the end it's like, why were we really fighting? It's because people had bad information for the most part. Because you know how they're like, well, Black Panther thinks that Bucky, the Winter Soldier, kills his father.
Yeah.
Wasn't Turns out it wasn't him, and then they're still fighting over it. But then Iron Man finds out that Bucky killed his parents, but it wasn't really Bucky. It was Winter Soldier, the whole Winter
Hmm.
Soldier program or whatever. So the good the good part that came out of it was there's this whole ethical dilemma behind the politics of the Hero Registration Act, but also the um, the classic philosophical dilemma where if you have a dementia patient, for instance, is that person still the person that everyone remembers, or is it someone totally different? Is it someone totally new? And so Bucky represents that dilemma in a sense that he was brainwashed. His mind wasn't his own because he was being commanded to do things, and he couldn't resist.
Yeah.
And and then, but then, the consequences of what he did under that control, should he still be held responsible for it because he's still the host, of the body?
Yeah.
or
He does say
is
that
he just shit?
he remembered it. He remembers everything he did, even though it wasn't him.
Yeah,
So he still felt the pain that he had to go through.
yeah.
But I don't know if that helps his case or not.
No, I think actually saying that actually probably worsens his case.
Mm.
And that fight scene at the end was really emotional and passionate because Tony's like, you killed my parents. I lost my parents because of some stupid briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was really emotional, but that was lacking in the rest of the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden it got real, but it's like, well, why were you fighting in the first place? There was really no reason other than, yeah, we think Bucky did this, but we don't really have it. Haven't really proved it beyond reasonable doubt. You know, to me, that's it was just lack of substance, I think. But okay, and that's basically my big gripe. You know, as far as the costumes and everything,
Yeah.
aesthetics were beautiful in that movie. But
We were also saying that we kind of wish that they did fight the soldiers, even though it would have probably been.
oh yeah, at the
I
end,
don't
because
know.
that's what it was building up to. Because
Yeah.
remember, Captain America's whole reason for protecting Bucky was to find the truth, but
Yeah.
also to like, oh, if there's more of him, we gotta stop him, or they're gonna destroy the world, basically.
Yeah.
They get there and they're already dead, and you're just like, well, that was really anticlimactic.
Yeah.
It was really like pointless.
They just wanted to keep going with that Civil War.
Yeah, and it's like, really, there's no reason for you guys to be fighting. There really isn't. And I was just really like put off by that. And yeah, because it's like, okay, if you're gonna add this, at least play that whole plot line out to where they're gonna fight the, what is it, 4 or 5 other Winter Soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they, like, in the flashbacks that Bucky was having, it appeared that they were stronger than
Yeah.
Bucky.
Yeah, that's why it
And
would
I
have
was
been
like,
cool
oh,
to
that's
see
gonna be,
that fight.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, I agree with you there. I just, like, I don't know what was going on here.
But from that, like, all the fighting was really good though. All the action scenes were good.
Yeah, that, like the fight choreography, that goes back to fight choreography. So one
Yeah.
noticeable fight was the airport fight. That's like probably the biggest fight, the fight cinematic in the movie.
Yeah.
And the way they kind of introduced the characters was very much like the Avengers, where it was in pretty good taste. You know, everyone got pretty decent amount of time before
Mhm.
they were like fighting each other.
I like
Except
how they-
Ant-Man. Ant-Man was.
Yeah.
But
Ant-Man was.
Ant-Man was
kinda
like, oh, we picked him up. He's in the back of our van. Okay, now fight.
Yeah.
And you're just, okay. But Spider-Man had a little bit more of a lead up, which was kind of
Yeah.
nice.
That was awesome. That hot Ant-Man.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Hot
Where's
man.
that hot Ant-Man movie? Come on, rumors, make it real.
What kind of movie you talking about?
Ant-Man
I know what kind of
standalone
movie
movie
I want to see.
featuring guest star featuring Tony Stark.
Brown
Yeah.
chicka wow wow.
Yup. I don't know what else happened. I mean, what do you think of Spider-Man's like costume?
I don't have any objections
Like
to it,
before
but
his
you know,
the one he
I'm
made,
not
the one Peter Parker made.
oh yeah, that one. I thought that was pretty lame. I
Yeah.
feel like Peter Parker could make a better costume than that.
Yeah, way better. Especially the goggles
Yeah,
too.
he had swimming goggles on.
It was almost
Is that
like
basically what it was?
it was like pajamas or something. That's what it looked like.
Long johns and swimming goggles.
Yeah.
Um,
But
yeah,
he was,
yeah.
I
it was
really liked
kinda-
how they made Spider-Man in that movie though.
Okay, yeah, I think it's a nice fresh spin on it because we've never seen a Peter Parker in the movies that's that young,
Yeah,
and I think that's a
made it
nice
cool.
touch.
And he talks even
Definitely.
more, way more.
Yeah. He
Remember
definitely
that
could.
that
He has
Walker
the
scene?
makings of a good. The what?
That Walker scene where he trips Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like yeah, that really like annoying, almost to the point of annoyance, but really the taunting and the mocking and the yeah. I like that a lot. And so yeah, I agree with you. I think he did a good job. It's just I'm not a Spider-Man fan, so I could care less.
Well, I really loved how he
They
was able to match strength. I
Well,
thought he
who
was gonna play a
Spider-Man?
bigger role
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I was
because
about to
isn't
say.
that
Yeah, I
how
agree.
it
I
was
don't.
in the comics? Like he had to, he was there for a reason.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Spider-Man did play a big role in the comics.
Yeah, that's why I thought they brought him in
Oh
because of
yeah,
that.
that's another thing about the plot line I want to touch on, was that I thought it was gonna more closely resemble the comic book, and it didn't. It really the only thing it really had that resembled the comic book was the Registration Act, and the fact that there's Iron Man versus Captain America.
Hmm.
That was like all I really got from it. There was a lot, and granted, like that goes back. You can't put everything in a movie that's in the comic book. I understand that, especially because the comic book, it spans so much,
Yeah,
and so I understand that. I really do. But I was just not even like a hint of it, and I was just kind of put off by that. But other than that, I mean, I got to give it to them. They did the best they could, I think, given the circumstances. There's always rumors of, Robert Downey Jr. having a huge say in the plot. I don't know how true that is. That was just who Demetrius saying that. I don't know. But um,
and I also
but
loved
getting
the
back to the yeah,
what
go ahead.
the first well, not the first fight scene, but I think the second fight scene when they're chasing Bucky. I really loved the part where they're like running with the cars. That was just sick for me.
Oh yeah, that was cool. That was a cool.
With
That
the
was a cool scene.
Panther, Black Panther.
Yeah, and that gets back to the fight choreographer. I really liked Black Panther's costume. It really was
Yeah,
really amazing. Um, and then I
that
thought,
crossbones though.
oh gosh,
How can he even survived that building though?
oh yeah, exactly.
Falling. Like
That's
what
like
the hell?
when they brought him in, I was just like, really? Like,
Trying to think what else happened. Oh yeah, when Ant-Man turned big, I thought that was cool, even though like
yeah, I was
people,
stoked when he did that because
yeah,
I thought we were gonna get Hank Pym Ant-Man in the first one before they announced it was Scott Lang, and so I was like, oh
mm,
sweet, he's gonna grow big in this one, and then he ends up not having the ability to do so,
yeah,
but then when he did that in the movie, and I was like, yes, that's Ant-Man, bro.
yeah, that was freaking sick.
Like that's freaking Ant-Man, and I love that. I was stoked. That was the part I got the most excited about in the airport
Yeah,
part because I was like, oh, dude, I almost jumped out of my seat. I was like, yes. Um,
yeah,
and
I
I
didn't
really
expect
like,
that
I
coming.
like,
That's why it was awesome.
yeah, I like Paul Rudd's humor a lot,
Yeah,
and I think
and a
they did
freaking
it.
Hawkeye too, coming
Yeah,
out of nowhere.
Hawk. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty nice touch.
Yeah, And then, what about the freaking Vision hitting War Machine?
Oh yeah, that part was crazy. I just kind of wish it was a little more serious. I was
Should have
expecting
killed
him to
him.
die after that. Yeah, I know, and I think
Should
that
have killed him.
the reason they did that was because in the what should I call it, the trailer, they make it seem like he dies,
Hmm.
but you know in the movie it's like, oh no, he's not dead, he's just paralyzed from the waist down,
Yeah.
and you're
He'll
like,
be
okay,
back.
but yeah, I was like, I feel like, you know, I feel like they definitely could have
Just turn him into a Robocop, basically.
Roadie Cop.
Hey.
Uh,
Freaking Vision, though. He
yeah,
was
Vision.
distracted. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh gosh, yeah, I know, and that's what, and we are, you know, Demetrius was talking about how he's becoming more human or whatever. I'm
Hmm.
like, whatever. I don't like to explain stuff in the cinematic universe in comic book terms, because I think honestly, they really take a lot of liberties with the comic books when it comes to the cinematic universe,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, I don't like to. I kind of like to separate the two. That's what I have to do to enjoy it. Is I have to separate the two, and it's really hard to do that because you really are having these expectations
Yeah.
that are like the comic book, but you know that you're kind of like out of line expecting that in 2 hours or 2.5 hours or something like that. But
What about the ending?
Black Widow fight. Oh, the ending. See, that goes back to the plot point. Like, I feel like nothing was really resolved. It's like it's like the humanity still wants them to answer to them, the government, but at the same time, it's like um, they're like doing whatever they want. And then that letter that Cap writes to Iron Man, to Tony Stark, you're just kind of like,
Yeah.
what? Like, I just laughed. I laughed on the inside because I was like, he's like, Tony, the Avengers are yours, but yeah, they're with me right now.
Yeah.
And you can like call me on this old ass Nokia phone if you want our help.
Yep.
It probably doesn't get service in, you know, half of the world.
What about Black Widow?
Her fight scenes were awesome in that movie.
Hell yeah.
That was straight Sea Viper status.
I didn't. Also about the end when freaking Bucky froze himself.
Yeah, that was kind of like, what?
That was like, and it was such an easy like decision too. There was like no conflict about it. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Yeah. There's no what?
Conflict or like it was like, okay, I'm gonna freeze myself after all that.
Yeah, see, I thought that was a touch of like kind of like sorrow, because Cap's like, wow, I like really just fought hard for you, and now you're just gonna like freeze yourself.
Yeah. I just thought there was not enough emotion in that part. I
Yeah,
thought it just happened
it
so
was like
easily.
really quick. I agree,
Yeah.
it was really quick.
Like after all this, that's all you're gonna do, and I don't know. Should did that from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. It's like once Cap had him, like, okay, let's go find a place to freeze you.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, I can't hate on it. I mean, 7.5 in my opinion is a pretty good score for the movie. But like, I think a lot of our friends are like, ah, come on, you're just being highly critical. I'm like, yeah, it's exactly what I'm being, because I thought Civil War was a pretty decent run, even though I didn't like the way like it kind of like turned out in the end.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Cap?
But
Is it Captain America dies?
yeah, at the end, I mean, Cap dies, and like I knew they probably weren't gonna do that. It's a Disney movie. Come on. Um,
I wish they killed someone though. A good guy.
yeah, I agree. I thought Rhodey would have been a nice touch, but
Yeah.
I'm just a sucker for death. I really like. I think that adds a nice like emotional thing to
Yeah.
movies. It's a real consequence. It really is. It's a human element to it. Because these guys are like unstoppable, really. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. And what about the humor?
The what? The humor
Yeah.
wasn't the funniest one in my opinion, but it
Ooh.
was pretty good. I mean, you had Ant-Man, you had Peter Parker, Spider-Man, whatever you want to call him, whatever you want to call that scrub.
Wow.
Um,
That part where they
you,
kissed Captain America and that girl.
oh yeah, oh gosh, please, that was cringeworthy.
Yeah. Well, they have that. That is kind of funny though.
I mean, yeah, oh yeah, that humor. You're talking about the humor like afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Oh yeah, you gonna get some tonight, Cap. But yeah, I mean, 7.5. I mean, it couldn't get any higher for me because of the plot. The
Yeah.
choreography was on point. The costumes were on point. Even Hawkeye's get up was pretty dope.
Mhm.
Um, I'm trying to think what else. I mean, setting up Black Panther's cool. I think a Black Panther movie could be cool, but I mean, I'm not the biggest Black Panther fan, so it's like whatever. You know, I'd rather see them do something else.
Yeah.
I'd rather them see. I'd rather them set up like the Thor movie or something at the end of it. But
And then also in Vision went through Ant-Man. That was kind of funny. And
oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, you still have Tony Stark's quick wit, which is nice. I mean, he does a good job.
Yeah. What about that last part with Spider-Man in the light?
Spider-Man at the what?
The light? I guess it was just a little thingy. I thought it was gonna be the
Oh
Avenger
yeah,
symbol.
yeah. I try to forget those parts with Spider-Man in them. But yeah, when he pulls out the playbook, the quarterback playbook, looking like Peyton Manning.
What?
It's just a stupid football reference, you know. He has it on his hand.
When was this?
I'm no, I'm talking about. It's the same part you're talking about, where he's
Oh.
talking. He projects that thing on the wall. Never mind, you didn't get the joke. Shut up.
No, I don't
Jerk.
get it.
Yeah, whatever.
Stupid.
Um, but yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, it's a long day for me, so I was trying to enjoy it as much as possible. But I was just like, whatever.
Nice. Well, shit.
But yeah, 7.5 for me. Was it the worst movie I've ever seen?
82 for me.
But yeah, I don't know. You got anything else you want to focus on? I mean, that's pretty much it.
Not really.
I still recommend going to see it.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend seeing it.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna watch it again because that chicken in the bag is pissing me off.
Yeah, you know, I actually would actually like to see it again too. To be honest with you, because I felt like just wasn't feeling it that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, that girl behind us, she was especially the airport fight scene, she was talking throughout the whole thing. I was getting pissed off.
Yeah, I can't stand when people do that because it's like the moment. You remember that time when what movie was that where that guy got on my case about talking?
Yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars. He's like, you better not do that through the whole thing. And I'm like, dude, it's the trailers. Like, calm down. And then like that lady, and I feel like that was that chick talking during the previews too.
I think so. Well, I don't know which chick you're talking. It was the one behind
Was
me.
it the one that was like really loud that everyone could hear?
Pretty sure.
Because I think I know who you're talking about. I think I remember hearing her, and then
She
I
would
had
go-
a person behind me.
She would always like, she made that meow, whatever noise, and
Oh yeah.
it's like meow. That's so fucking
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah, I know. I know who you're talking about now. Yeah, I almost want to get my money back.
God. Ah. Well, shit. Now I want to watch
Yeah.
Deadpool again. I love Deadpool. That movie is freaking
Oh,
awesome.
I mean, speaking of that, they just announced, that they're working on well, not work. I mean, obviously they are working on it, but they had more news on Wolverine 3. I guess they got an R
Yeah,
rating. I
that's
think.
rated R.
Yeah.
That's
It's pretty
awesome.
sweet.
Finally, shit. Let me see those decapitations.
Yeah. At least like some severe like gore and blood. That'd be awesome.
Let me see that Berserker Barrage.
Berserker Barrage.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. Sick.
Oh shit. Send them off if you have nothing else to say. Nothing else
All
good
right.
to say about the movie.
I don't. Go see it in a theater near you.
No, I just downloaded it.
Let us know what you think about the movie if you've seen it. If not, go see it, and then let us know what you thought about the movie.
Yeah.
That's it. You ready?
Gay.